Hi, I'm Tori from Canine Body Balance. In this video, we will talk about how to play the Snuffle Mat game. So the aims of this game are, number one, to enrich the dog's life through mental stimulation. Number two, to strengthen their ability to locate things using their olfactory system, which is their nose. And number three, to reinforce good manners. To play this game, you will need some tasty treats and a snuffle mat. Some optional items include a placemat, like what I'm sitting on at the moment. So this is where your dog targets their paws and they can either sit or stand on it. Or you might need a collar and a leash for some dogs. Thank you. So for the treats, you might use either dehydrated treats or something soft. So I've just got some dehydrated beef and some cheese here. You don't want anything too sticky because otherwise it can get a bit messy. So step number one, decide what the goal is for your dog. And I'll talk about different goals after the game demonstration. Step number two, set yourself up so that your dog can't access the snuffle mat or treats. You might need a flat surface, a bench or a chair that you can put the mat on, as they can be a little bit floppy. Step number three, sprinkle the treats through the mat and avoid overfilling it because we don't want any of those treats to fall out before the game starts. Step number four, this is where you might have to do a little bit of exercise. So start by standing up tall with the snuffle mat in your hands. And when your dog offers that good behavior, you can begin to bend down. It's really important to avoid giving them a hard stare, as that can be intimidating. We do want to keep an eye on them, but try to use your peripheral vision. I tend to focus on the snuffle mat. So here we go, bending down, and you can see my dog broke from their good behavior position. And without saying anything, just stand up again and wait for them to make a good choice. Some dogs may take a few repetitions to understand what is going on. When they hold the position, the toy goes towards the ground, but when they break, the toy comes up out of reach. And if you find your dog is getting frustrated because they can't figure out what to do, pop them on a leash just to limit their degrees of freedom, helping them to figure out on their own terms what to do. Your dog is rewarded with the snuffle mat when they achieve the goal. So that's that good behavior. Now, because each of you are starting from a different point in your training, you will each have a different goal. So level one, this is the foundation where we introduce the dog to making their own decision about what behavior they will offer. For most people, it will be a sit. Others might choose a stand. In level one, as soon as the mat touches the ground, release your dog with a cue to begin snuffling. Get it! So the dog holds the behavior just until the toy touches the ground. Now in level two, once your dog has got the idea of holding their position until the toy touches the ground and has paired that with your cue, now we want to add a little duration to their holding behavior. Once you place the toy on the ground, pause a moment before cueing your dog. Now, the key to success here is eye contact. That's eye contact from the dog. We want them to look up at you before you release them. So, level three, great work. Your dog's making their own choice about offering a holding position, and they're waiting patiently for you to place the toy on the ground. Then they're looking at you for direction. So the next thing we want to be able to do is add in you standing up before releasing the dog. So you can work through this one in stages. We place the toy down, just waiting for that eye contact. There we go, so she's off with that beautiful behavior. Waiting for the eye contact. So if I stand up now, oh, and she broke. So I'll just take that away from her. Just wait for her to sit down again. Kiko. Good girl. So placing the toy on the ground. Yes, get it. So I was able to stand up before she came into the toy. So that's our level 3. Great, so once you get to level 4, you've nailed it. You can place the toy on the ground, stand up tall, your dog maintains eye contact with you before you cue them to start snuffling. From here, you can add in more and more layers, making the game suitably challenging for your dog. You can take it to different locations, you can add in different distractions. If you've got any questions, be sure to write a comment below. And go on, get snuffling.